So hello and welcome to another video. I know I wasn't making videos for maybe 3 or 4 days. Basically because I was working on a project. I really wanted to show you this. So if you go to GitHub and search this called Mohak Gupta for 2004 Pentest API. So you will find a repository. The repository basically contains an API documentation, which I created an API, not entirely created. I was creating an API, which was going for which you can use for the purpose of ethical hacking and penetration testing. So that would be really helpful in your anything if you wanted to do, like directory listing, stored accesses find, SQL injection scanner, nmap API. These are the things you can generally use. I really wanted to I really wanted to publish this particular API, but yeah, I was working on it. After this API, after I completed the entire API project, then I will going to give this particular project to you, or maybe upload it, do some work on it. Before this, I just actually I'm just doing it rather. So because of this, I can't make able to make videos, and I was not actually in my mood to make videos because of some complications, other stuffs. So let's just complete it as my August goal. So this will be my goal, and already 4 days already gone. So I definitely going to need a little bit more days to complete this. Otherwise, I can't able to complete it. But let's just see. I just need some days. Then everything is going to be okay, I guess. So let's just talk about the report writing and other stuff. I'm going to give you an overview of it. I'm not going to give you, as usual, I'm not going to give you a lot of demo, because these are the things will going to helpful when you actually do pen test on a industry level. So when you do some kind of industry level work, then you need to do this on the purpose, or you will definitely going to know about it on your own. Okay, but let's just what are the things you need to report. Okay, so the things you need to report at the communicate the findings and the recommendations, mitigations, you can say. Okay, the deliverable or the main problems, the only chance when you actually show your problems. Okay, and I just show the activities and conclusion. Some conclusions are drawn during test, and some results are post test analysis. I'm going to talk about this in detail. You can actually go and see a lot of pen test reports. Let's just for a once, let's just see it. If I open it in another window, here you can actually use this kind of graphs or any other stuffs to show what are the main extreme level vulnerabilities or security risk. Okay, that can be actually good. I really I really want to give you this PDF will going to help you a lot, this particular PDF. Okay, there is no PDF. I guess maybe they change it somewhere. Maybe if you search this on your own, like offsec uh, report, I guess, yeah, pen testing report exam guide, I guess, maybe exam guide, yeah, this one. So this is the official pen test report, okay, of offensive security. You can actually see a lot of things when you do some of the things. this is the report actually. So it is the report. You can have to mention the systems here, all the vulnerabilities, and the main vulnerability which is the reason for the RCE. Okay, remote code execution. System vulnerable, the name of the system expansion, how you actually do it in a basic brief way. Privilege escalation vulnerability, what kind of way you can access it. Vulnerability fix, um, what are the fixes you can recommend. So here are the steps with the screenshots. Okay, what are the things you do? I generally recommend you to do one particular thing, is that they did here the highlighting. You can do it by simply any kind of highlighter tool. Okay, you can do that using that other stuffs. You can see I really wanted to give you a lot of overview of it, but it was just just starting templates or other stuffs. So what are the tips for writing a story? Okay, sorry, writing a report. Is that how you find it, the walkthrough of it. Okay, then depend on the person, you have to present it. Okay, so depend on the person to whom you are presenting the report. That's also matters when you are reporting in a larger scale. Like if you are reporting to a business executive or technical management, you have to take care of that. Leave the reader with a call to action. Okay, include steps to fix the issue. It's going to help the developers a lot. Okay, your report will be your voice after you leave. Okay, that is understandable. Tips for writing report: try to answer any questions what they may arise, like what did you do, what are the choices you made, all the presentational questions that can be asked during the report presentation. Okay, after setting on format, you need data, mostly presentation or summary of data. Collect data, transform as needed into a common format. Don't spend too much time on this, but try to harmonize data format. Use tools like Microsoft Excel, easier to read and analyze. You can do that. Okay, this basically is that what can I say, draft it pretty good. Okay, then comes the methodology. Your approach to overall test activities. How did you do it? What are the things you did to get the RCE or get the vulnerabilities, obviously. Then the key findings, like did you find an SQL injection or did you find an XSS or other stuffs that can actually maybe as the ranked as the key findings. Rank it. I already told you how to rank it using any kind of way to show these are the extreme ones, these are the middle ones, these are the low ones. That this is the thing which we call the key findings. What comes after that? Then comes the remediation. How can you suggest a solution that's going to help the clients a lot? Okay, metrics and measurement, like details what you found, how you assessed each finding, and risk rating. Okay, already told you. Risk appetite, also how much risk the company need to take. Report storage, reports should become a part of the organization's document repository. Users input for pen test, future pen test and others assessments. Security policy should state how long reports are kept. Okay, there is a thing. Okay, there are security policies. Okay, in a particular company, that how much time you should actually how long the report should exist. Okay, that is also a kind of thing. Report handling, that is also like already told you how the reports are actually going to store, what at the end of the life of the store, how the report will be disposed of, like after the patch was applied the report is going to be disposed. That are the things you need to understand, because if the report was somehow caught by the caught any kind of attackers and the attacker get the report, so that will be really negative thing because they can actually manipulate it. Okay. uh, Key findings, that would be note taking. This is the thing is actually important. Do not rely on memory, rely on screenshots and other stuffs. Document, ongoing document, I generally recommend, but I often do, after documentation, like after I completed the entire project, entire pen test, then I'm going to document it. I generally prefer that. You can do vice versa too. Common themes, like the root causes. What are the root causes, vulnerabilities? What are the observations you can make? What are the best practices that can be implemented? That is also important. Okay. Then comes the mitigation strategies. Like nearly every pen test class discover multiple vulnerabilities. Okay, so a pen test report should contain the recommendation to mitigate each vulnerability, and the solutions vary depending on the vulnerability. If you have an injection attack, so the input parameterization that can be actually done, so that is also a very good practice. So you have to differ, this differ from any other inputs. Like if you are doing excesses, then you need to stop those injection kind of attacks to give that, make it first text content, or make it a little bit of string first, so that they directly can't search anything else. Everything is going to be there. Maybe what kind of what can I say, what are the remediations of excesses. Yeah, that is the thing. Like after that, if you included it, then it should be act like a string. So that is going to be the mitigation of excesses. So you have to know various type of attacks pretty good, pretty known. Okay, that will going to give you a mitigation identity. Then comes the people behavior. So mitigation also comes under the people, giving awareness, like social engineering attacks, password attacks. What are the process, like backup media handling, ID management? Because if someone steals your ID and log into you, you don't know who steals it, who did that. So that is also one kind of thing. Then comes the technological mitigation, like control based hardware and software. If someone is common findings, most of the common based are like if someone actually found random credentials of shared administrator accounts, weak password complexity, plain text password. So these are the actually common things. And what you do, basically you have to encrypt the password to store it. You have to give that a strong password, policy, that if it just stores a strong password, that can be actually done by it. Multi-factor authentication, that is also remediation. For no multi-factor authentication, just didn't do it. SQL injection, I already told you. Unnecessary open services, somewhat a service is needed, just need it, otherwise close it. That's I'm talking about. Post engagement doesn't actually comes under the particular thing, what we call the reporting, report creation. This comes under the what can I say, the PPT or the presentation. Okay, the process level remediation, you have to talk about that, how you could increase the stress security. What are the patches, what are the key rotations? Key rotations mean document key rotations, validate the procedures are followed. Basically key rotation means if a particular key or particular password or other stuffs are actually being used for a long time, sometimes changing it, like if you used a particular password for a long time, this thing is actually pretty good to change it once in a while. That is also what we call key rotation. Certificate management, that all the certificates you have, not entirely certificates, that technical certificates you have, you can actually manage it properly. securely. Secret management solution document how IP and other sensitive data are handled and managed. Network segmentations, how to always review the network segmentation policy and procedures to validating the compliance. These are the things. Okay, access control vestibule, what we call basically the physical recommendations, like if there is unauthorized persons actually able to access your particular doors or any other rooms that are not, that shouldn't be available for normal users, that is kind of a thing you have to check in. Biometric controls also a kind of good things. Video surveillance, that is also quite used in this industry right now. Okay, there are administrative control recommendations. Role-based access model, like define policies for determining roles and permissions required for each role. Software secure software development type cycle, implement SCM, SDLC, and other formal development recycle. Okay, minimum password requirements, you can do that particularly for the administrative control. Policies, what are the best practices. Job rotation, like a new personnel is already come into a particular job, so you can actually identify it, secure it, take a spy over them. That could actually lead to a pretty good secured network. Time of day restrictions, like limit the resources and facilities access to align the work duty hours. Like uh, you have to see someone someone shouldn't be access your resources after work. That is one kind of a important thing. Like mandatory vacations, scheduled work activity, pauses for audits. Okay, if someone taken vacation, they shouldn't access resources. User training, whom you are giving training, you have to give training for the security purposes, awareness. That is, then comes the communication part, like you have to maintain a good communication and critical communication about pen testing. Most pen tests should be conducted openly. Okay, unless discretion is a stated goal, like you can actually pretend to be a bad guy. That is also one kind of a goal for the penetration test. Okay, cooperation is enhanced with communication, already know that. Like I already talked about this, the whom you should call, like the project sponsor, whom you should call for the consequences if something goes wrong, whom should you call when to resolve conflicts, whom should you call when you need technical assistance. These are the things you have to know beforehand. Communication, timing and frequency is also important. In what stage you have to communicate. If you find a critical vulnerability, then you should actually inform the client beforehand. Otherwise it will going to break a lot of things, create a lot of problems. Situational awareness, most common recurring session, like you can do one particular awareness session. You just told someone don't do that, it will going to hack any system, that will going to affect that person a lot. Okay, de-escalation, information or action is needed to reduce critical risk. Okay, like the de-escalation and de-confliction, these are the terms that actually stop, like you can actually do this, you can stop this using the pen. If you actually interact with the developers teams or user teams more often. Okay, goal reprioritization, like changing the pentest plan. Unexpected impacts, unexpected findings, you can find a lot of things. Otherwise, if you are changing a particular pentest plan to another particular pentest plan, why? Sometimes it helps. Okay, presentation of findings, you have to do kind of presentation for that particular purposes. So if you have there are three kind of purposes, three kind of presentations. Executives, like if you are directly talking to the CEO or any other personnel, then you should not use technical terms, you use business terms. If you are talking to the management, you can use a little bit of technical terms, but mostly use business terms and business goals. What are the things which can happen if you solve if you create a solution for this particular problem. Technical team, where you need to implement and say all the things, all the technical problems. What are the post report delivery speeches are basically that what are the more work to do. This will going to be informed by the CEO or any other company personnel. Okay, post report delivery, basically you need to remove past history, okay, or any other shell which you already left there. Okay, that is helpful, that is you should do. Okay, obviously you should, because if someone get the access for this particular files, that would be not good. Client acceptance, like if the client formally says you're done, you're already completed the assignment, then you should actually stop the project. And then project closure helps to continuously improve. That are the things. Follow up actions and retest, like if the client may need more action to do, so you can actually accept that on your preferences. Okay, data destruction process, basically testing agreement should include data destruction expectations, like identify what information collected in the scope, document procedures followed to dispose the covered data, provide all the data to client in a secure manner, and then dispose all the client data what you have. Okay, this is actually important. So this is the whole reporting section. I'm going to make a little bit of practical, but not today, not in this course. I'm going to make it separately. Maybe after a long time, maybe 1 year or two, I guess. Then it will be more better to make it. Just for today, this is for today only.